This one's for the Rev rock and rollin'. Not showing a ton of records, I'm doing a quick one here. He asked for everyone out there, or whoever out there, to show a record that you love. One record, and talk about that. Not easy to do. I'm going to talk about The Academy in Peril by John Cale. I don't recall this being discussed. We all know John Cale. Avant garde, viola, piano, Velvet Underground. Studied early on with Lamont Young, Tony Conrad. A guy seeped in um, composition, the avant garde, as I said, and, you know, just beauty. Well, following the Velvet Underground, after the second record, quite the 5 years. He would produce the first Stooges. He would do. He was on Brighter Layer, Nick Drake. He was introduced by Joe Boyd, or introduced to Nick Drake by Joe Boyd. Played on that record, holy moly. Produced three amazing records for Nico: Desert Shore, Marble Index, and The End. Released his first two solo records for Columbia, The Church of Anthrax with Terry Riley, an incredible album. Vintage Violence, also for Columbia, and then decided to leave Columbia to become A&R person for Warner. And this was his first record for Warner, and this is just it makes no sense for the time in a way. But knowing John Cale and coming from his background, it makes all the sense. This is mainly an instrumental record. This is a white label promo it's playing, but you can see the sheet, the promo sheet that's still attached in the shrink with the Kodak design. This is a sleeve design by Andy Warhol. As you may see there, it's the Kodak prints all over, and there's the original hype sticker on there. Beautiful copy, but a beautiful album. It's him recording in London with the London Philharmonic Orchestra, and it's partly solo piano, partly orchestral, not really vocal. There's a track where he sort of is narrating or like using a studio talkback to sort of like walk through what the instrumentalists are doing. It's a bizarre but wonderfully sort of arresting record in a way, and it's not no it's it when you look this up, it's categorized as modern composer, and it really is. He's sort of taking a step back to sort of like, no, this is what we're going to do now. We're not going to do Paris 1919 yet. We're not doing the sort of folk rock of Vintage Violence or the sort of, Terry Riley, heavy sort of, deep and layered sounds. This is something more you sit with. And I thought about, this was the first record I thought about, weirdly, when Rev threw this challenge out, because I have these records in my collection, and I'm always like, I gotta listen to that again. And this one always comes to mind. And I've had this for a long time, but for some reason I think of this one and say, I gotta listen to that again, even though I do listen to it and I do know it. But it feels like there's always something more to learn with this record, The Academy in Pearl, 1972. There's a good description, or a good sort of write up on the back that talks about him and his, experimentation, sort of influenced by Cage, and sort of what he was thinking about. There's really no vocals on this, as I said, but strangely, they did release a single. There's a promo picture sleeve that was, I think, only in the UK market, maybe in the US for a promo, but he was A&R for Warner's. Um, there's a track here, three orchestral pieces, where he now goes into these different suites, and then he's doing some other sort of bizarre voiceover. Um, a strange album, but fantastic. Doesn't get much love. I don't know what this is even worth right now, or what this goes for. You should check them out. And I do love the other John Cale solo records. This is really, along with Church of Anthrax, the more sort of like avant garde that he was doing. It'd be like Helen of Troy and Fear, which is really good. Um, yeah, John Cale, always doing something interesting. Even Slow Dazzle has a few great moments, but A new record coming out as well. But the Academy in Pearl, I love this record. This one. This one right here. Only this one. No, I love other records too. Getting a sense of where it goes after this too. Anyway, this was for the Rev and for everyone out there. Be cool to see other ones like this. Nice job, Mazzy, with Country Showing the Fish. See ya.